For Pacifica Radio, I'm Christina Onnested. A mass shooting at Florida State University's killed 2 people and wounded at least 6 others. Authorities say the 20-year-old suspect, Phoenix Eckner, is the son of a sheriff who used his stepmother's former service weapon and a shotgun. Wal McNeil is Leon County Sheriff.
This event is tragic in more ways than you people in the audience could ever phantom from a law enforcement perspective. But I will tell you this, we will make sure that we do everything we can to prosecute.
A motive is under investigation. Students described the horror as they barricaded doors and fled across campus memorials, and a school-wide vigil is scheduled for 5 o'clock today. It's the 81st mass shooting to take place in the United States so far this year, according to the Gun Violence Archives. The gun control group Moms Demand Action noted the shooting by a 20-year-old took place as, quote, gun extremists in the Florida legislature are pushing to lower the age to buy firearms to 18. President Trump was quick to call it a shame while defending the Second Amendment.
It's a shame. I'm just hearing about it now. I just hear about it. I know the area very well. I know the school very well. I know everything about it. It's Florida. And we'll have more to say about it later.
What do you mean when you say there will be more to say about it?
Only in terms of what happened. As far as legislation is concerned, this has been going on for a long time. I have an obligation to protect the Second Amendment.
A federal appeals court says it's shocking the Trump administration claims it cannot do anything to free Kilmar Abrego Garcia from an El Salvador prison and return him back to the U.S. A 3-judge panel from the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals Thursday unanimously refused to suspend a lower judge's decision to order sworn testimony by the Trump administration to determine if it's complied with her instruction to facilitate Abrego Garcia's return. In a 7-page ruling, the court said the government is asserting a right to stash away residents of the country in foreign prisons without the semblance of due process that is the foundation of our constitutional order. Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen has meanwhile met with Abrego Garcia after being denied access to the prison where he's being held. Van Hollen posted a photo of the two meeting Thursday on social media. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the U.S. may move on from efforts for a ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine if there's no progress in the coming days. Rubio spoke in Paris after landmark talks between the U.S., Ukraine, and Europe that produced an outline for steps towards peace.
The Ukraine war is a terrible thing, but it's not our war. We didn't start it. The United States has been helping Ukraine over the last 3 years, and we want it to end. But we're not going to continue to fly all over the world and do meeting after meeting after meeting if no progress is being made. So if they're serious about peace, either side or both, we want to help. If it's not going to happen, then we're just going to move on.
His comments follow remarks from Russia's ambassador to the United Nations Thursday, Vasily Nebenzia, who said a ceasefire with Ukraine is simply unrealistic at this stage. Israeli strikes have killed at least 45 people in Gaza as Israel ramps up attacks to pressure Hamas to return the hostages it's still holding and to disarm. The head of Hamas's negotiating delegation, meanwhile, said Thursday the group is rejecting Israel's latest proposal along those lines. He reiterated Hamas's stance it will return hostages only in exchange for the release of more Palestinian prisoners, a full Israeli withdrawal from Gaza, and a lasting truce. Student and faculty at more than 150 colleges and campus universities across the country staged actions Thursday against the Trump administration's attempts to curtail academic freedom and roll back diversity initiatives, largely under the guise of an anti-Semitism crusade. Some called it rallies for the right to learn. Eileen Alfandary reports from the University of California, Berkeley, where hundreds of students and faculty rallied.
Former Labor Secretary and Professor Emeritus Robert Reich warned that UC Berkeley is sure to soon receive a detailed set of demands from the Trump administration on policing student protests, particular academic departments, admissions, hiring, DEI considerations, and more.
And Berkeley, if it is going to maintain its integrity and its independence, and it must say no. Because if the Trump regime can dictate to any university, then there is no limit to what that regime will do. You cannot appease a tyrant.
On Monday, Harvard became the first university to openly defy the administration's demands related to student activism on campus, diversity, and what critics say are weaponized charges of anti-Semitism. The federal government already has frozen more than $2 billion in grants and contracts to Harvard as a result. The administration said it may also revoke Harvard's ability to host international students, who make up 27% of enrollment. I'm Eileen Alfandary.
I'm Christina Onnested, reporting for Pacifica Radio.